Joining me now to discuss is Jason Finkelman. He's an immigration attorney. Jason, welcome to LinkedIn News Live.
Thanks for having me, Caroline.
All right, so let's break it down for those who are joining us in this stream. Biden's saying one thing, House Democrats are saying a completely different thing. What's the difference?
Yeah, so the proposed legislation right now has a bunch of immigration rules set in it. The big one that most people are focusing on is expanding immigrant visas, employment-based immigrant visas for those who may already be here on H-1B visas or other employment-based visas. But the proposed legislation does not expand the 85,000 H-1B visa cap currently in place. And I think a lot of people are concerned about that because there is a need from U.S. employers to expand that H-1B visa cap.
And how has the pandemic spurred that need to expand the cap?
Yeah, I think we're seeing right now a greater need in science, technology, engineering, mathematics sectors from U.S. employers seeking to hire the best global talent. And as a result, last year in 2020, we saw a record number of H-1B visa registrations submitted in March 2020. There were over 275,000 H-1B visa registrations for those 85,000 H-1B visas. So there's a lot of demand from U.S. employers for the top global talent right now.
And Jason, as you know very well, this is a topic that we see tons of conversation on LinkedIn about. People have a lot of questions. So if you're joining us in the stream right now and have questions about the H-1B process, Jason is your man to answer them. So please let us know in the stream what your questions are and we'll get them answered on the show. Jason, how are the tech companies responding to this little dispute that we're seeing on Capitol Hill right now? Are they on one side or the other? What do they want?
Yeah, it's really hard to say. I'd say they're kind of on both sides, right? There's a lot of U.S. employers, especially tech companies, that have a lot of Indian and Chinese foreign nationals on H-1B visas in their workforce that have been here many, many, many decades and are waiting in a long waiting line, so to speak, for their green card. And there's a lot of concern for those people to be able to adjust right now. On that same token, there's a lot of U.S. employers, large and small, that are seeking highly skilled foreign talent, especially those with cutting edge knowledge, very sophisticated knowledge in science, technology, engineering, and mathematics sectors. And they're in desperate need for that talent to grow and innovate their business and to be able to also expand and hire American workers too. So there's a strong need right now for more H-1B visa numbers.
And this process of obtaining an H-1B visa for a particular job at your company, it's not an easy one. For those who maybe are joining us in the stream, don't know anything about the process, break down for us a little bit, just some of the hoops the companies have to just jump through to ensure that they can prove that this visa is warranted.
Yeah, the simple answer to that is the H-1B visa has two requirements. One, there's a U.S. employer that's going to offer a foreign national a job that at a minimum requires a bachelor's degree to perform those functions. And two, the foreign national holds in their hands a bachelor's degree or higher that relates to the position they're going to be working in. Each year in March, U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services makes 85,000 H-1B visas available for all U.S. employers. Every year, over at least the past decade, USCIS gets more registrations than there are available visas. And so there's a lottery for those visas every year. And like I said earlier, there's a lot of demand. And frankly, there's a low chance, mathematically speaking, of success in that lottery. And that impacts U.S. employers as well as foreign nationals significantly.
And you've called the next couple of weeks that we have coming up, March 9th to the 25th, the Super Bowl for H-1B visas. Why is it the Super Bowl? What's going to happen in the next couple of weeks?
Yeah, so there's a really several week period from March 9th to March 25th in which U.S. employers must file an online H-1B visa registration for any foreign national they seek to hire in 2021. That's new H-1B visas. If you're already here on an H-1B visa, you can change your visa at any time. But for those employers, if they don't file that registration between March 9th and March 25th for a new H-1B visa candidate, and or they're not lucky in the lottery, they will have to wait until 2022. And so by way of example, last year, 275,000 registrations, there's a significant demand and companies are going to hurt if they can't get the talent they need to grow and innovate their business.
Well, Jason, I'm seeing some questions rolling into the stream. Ella in Connecticut, she's asking, any advice on how to avoid H-1B visa denials? I'm sure you have a lot of advice, but a little bit snippet for Ella over here.
Yeah, so we saw a significant increase over the last 4 years with the previous administration of H-1B requests for evidence and denials, a significant uptick. And mostly those were challenging whether the US employer was truly offering the foreign national a job that at a minimum requires a bachelor's degree, and whether that foreign national had a theoretical and practical knowledge base gained from their course of study to perform the functions of the position. So it's really, really important now to make sure, as the U.S. employer, you're demonstrating with significant evidence that the job, in fact, is one that uniformly requires a bachelor's degree at a minimum to perform the functions of the position, and teasing out course by course, from the foreign national's academic transcript, how they learn the knowledge to perform the functions of the position they're going to be working on. That's really where we've seen USCIS challenge H-1B petitions significantly over the last 4 years.
And Jason, you're on the front lines of immigration right now. As an attorney, why is getting this reform so right, what we're seeing on Capitol Hill right now?
Yeah, it's really critical right now because our economy is functioning significantly with STEM jobs. We know objectively through much data that there is a need from U.S. employers to be able to hire STEM talent. We know U.S. universities are pumping out very significant numbers of foreign nationals that are getting bachelor's, master's, PhD level degrees in these fields. And if we have U.S. employers in need of this talent, we have foreign nationals being trained at our U.S. universities to provide that talent to U.S. employers. We have to come to a fix to get that to sort of grow our economy and help these employers to be able to continue their businesses, frankly.
Well, given the state of the economy, if there's a time to get this right, I think it's right now. Jason, I always appreciate your insights on all things immigration. If you're on the stream right now and not following Jason, be sure to go to his LinkedIn profile and do that right now. And thanks for joining us on LinkedIn News Live.
Thanks, Caroline. I appreciate it.